Hello everybody, it's Pineapple here, back with another video. So today we're talking about a card from Pote. It is arguably the most long-lasting and long-standing card from Pote, despite the fact that initially it was perceived as very mid, very bad, and that is Kurikara Divincarnate. You're probably familiar with this card as it is seeing side deck play pretty much everywhere right now. Initially people thought this card was very mid, it sat at about $7, and then people realized it is absolutely explosive against Kashtira, and then people realized it's just explosive in general. It is an exceptionally powerful card. If you're unfamiliar, it reads as follows. It cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by tributing all face-up monsters on the field that activated their effects this turn in your opponent's monster zone. It gains 1500 attack for each monster attributed to special summon this card, and during your end phase, you get to target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your field. You can only use its effect of Kurikara Divincarnate once per turn. Now, this is an exceptionally powerful effect. It works in similar ways to a certain sort of style of card in Kaiju's Lava Golem Sphere Mode, etc., etc. You know, monsters that tribute your opponents for cost and are inherent summons, meaning that negates don't really work against them. And this is arguably the most, powerful version of this because it can be modulated. Unlike Kaiju's, you can't just stick one to your opponent's board, and unlike Lava Golem, they can't play around it by, only controlling one monster, and unlike, Sphere Mode, they can't, play around it by only having two monsters. It will always, do something presuming that they activate a monster effect, which they will pretty much always do, with how design is moving forward. This card specifically started to see play because of exactly Kashtira. Now, the reason for this is very simple. Shangri-Ira in the standby would like to, activate its effect, summon out typically a Fenrir, because Fenrir is the best interruption on your opponent's turn, and Kashtira arrives hard whenever a card is banished as a mandatory effect to attach a banished card to it as a material. This is an incredibly powerful effect, but it cannot play around Divincarnate since it must activate its effect, and therefore Divincarnate can always tribute it off. Additionally, just the Shangri-Ira, utilizing it means that Divincarnate is able to contest it because it will be a 3000 monster, which will be able to crash and trade with Arise Heart. This fact alone means that, the card started to see play since it was a card that could out, in theory, a Shangri-Ira who had locked a whole bunch of your zones. Additionally, it can clear, the Arise Heart, who is a very, very obnoxious card to get rid of. Arise Heart is a card that, as of this recording, is a card that you need to be able to out, and Divincarnate just says, beat him as soon as you activate any single card effect, which is a, very, very good effect. And additionally, being a modulating, sort of kaiju, functions exceptionally well. Kaijus are the best and most premium side deck monster removal, and subsequently, having one that can modulate how many monsters you're clearing is always very good. Additionally, it also started to see play because of these two monsters to a certain degree, Time Thief Redoer and Baronne de Fleur. Time Thief Redoer in your standby is going to, attach a card, and because of that, he's going to turn Divincarnate online, meaning that you can tribute him off, since he's pretty much always going to have a monster underneath of him. Typically, at the time it was Sheeran and Rhinoheart. Clearing this copy of Redoer without triggering Redoer means that, you don't have your opponent trying to fuse monsters away on your turn. And Baronne de Fleur would, use her once per field negate, get tributed off for Divincarnate, and then you would bring her back and you would get to use your own negate. This is an exceptionally powerful effect. And, stealing a copy of your opponent's Baronne is always really good. Additionally, stealing Redoer is also exceptionally powerful. But that's not all. This card is just really well designed. It combos exceptionally well with Small World. This is mostly due to the most popular hand trap of all time in Ash, Blossom, and Joy Spring, being a fire monster who does not share any other stat lines. The fact that it's a fairy means that it can be used to bridge into things like a copy of Diviner the Herald and something like Drytron. Since it's a level 1, it has a whole lot of crazy, ridiculous synergies. And since it has 1500 attack, it can bridge into engines like Water Enchantress. Its stat line, as well as its typing, mean that it bridges exceptionally well and combos really strongly with Small World. Meaning that, while it is a really good card going second, sometimes it's not good going first. It has a lot of utility when you combo it in decks that utilize Small World. The deck that has wielded it the most to that advantage is, of course, Vanquish Soul, simply because Divincarnate has 1500 defense, and pretty much every single Vanquish Soul monster has 1500 defense. Additionally, it's a fire to pair with Rosin, and it has 1500 attack, which I believe some of them do if I remember correctly. It's just an exceptionally versatile card that enables all sorts of crazy, ridiculous things because it is a kaiju that is going to be used in ways that you can't foresee in the future. Unlike things like a Gamma Seal or a Lava Golem, which you only want to be using in specific metagames, this card is always good as long as you want monster removal. I hope you guys enjoyed this, mini little discussion about Divincarnate. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.